right, man. Enough of the NFL. Let's talk about the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, let's talk about Cheesecake Factory.
So there's a video out. A young lady, I don't know how old she was, but whatever.
Like mid-30s, early 40s.
Yeah, she was in the car with a young man, and they pull up to the restaurant. Yeah, it says, I'm gonna get your door. Tries to open the door for her. She posts, he took me to the Cheesecake Factory. She wouldn't get out the car. She rolls the window down. He's like, "You don't want me to open your door?" And she was like, "No, because you took me to the Cheesecake Factory." Now, mind you, he had made a reservation to a 5-star restaurant. She made them late. So he said, "Oh, you made our miss our reservation. Now I got to pivot. I'm gonna take you to Cheesecake Factory."
Mm-hmm.
When has the cheesecake? When did the Cheesecake Factory not become quality first date? Now, let's say first date. When did the Cheesecake Factory not become quality first date type of dining? It's not like he took you to Applebee's and got you the 2 for $22.
Yo, the slander on Cheesecake Factory needs to stop.
Yeah,
it needs to stop, bro. Cheesecake Factory puts out some quality ass food, bro. Like the lemonade smacks. Them chicken blasts smack. My favorite dish is the chicken Madeira. I love that dish. That shit always hits. And let me not talk about the cheesecake. The cheesecake is like, it's the best. It's fire. Now, me personally with this video, I low-key think this shit is all just fake shit. Me personally with shit like this. But I'm going to play along with this shit. You know what I mean? Number one, if this shit is true, shorty, if you made, look, if I'm my man, bro, if you made me late to a reservation, then the date already off. Yeah. I'm going home. I am going home because I value my time, bro. I value my time. Like I'm very peculiar with my time, especially with like, because I'm very I've always been accustomed to just having my alone time. You know what I mean? So in a sense, it's like, the moment you waste it, I got a problem with you, dog, because I could be doing something way better than trying to attend to your ass. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So. I think that shit is wild. I think certain females, not all females, but certain females think like they the next Beyonce and shit in the sense of like I need to, on my first date, you need to take me to a 5-star, 5 diamond type of shit. I'm like, it don't work like that. Yeah, whoever has that kind of mentality where like I need to take you to like an STK or some like expensive ass place for me to get to know you on our first date, I'm not the dude, because I'm not going to sit here and waste my funds for a person I may or may not like. You know what I mean? I may not be able to stand you the first 5 minutes I'm around your ass. But at least if I'm around you somewhere that's cheap, at least I can like suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we going to end up paying for this shit anyway. Lucky I ain't ignorant and just do that shit, homie be walking out. You remember that story where homie did the Don and Dash shit on all the females and shit? Mm-hmm. You about to see a lot of dudes start doing that. Bro. You know what I mean? But then shit like this just kind of leads more into the whole gender war thing and all that, man, which is, I think it's just getting out of hand at this point, man. I just think people need to just grab on a sense of reality, stop living through social media, Instagram, and how celebrities live their life. Like, you're not a celebrity, man. Mm-hmm. My dude, you're not a celebrity either. So, like, you giving these fake fictitious things like, oh, every man should buy 1,000,000 roses and have them beneath my feet, or do this, do that, or a man should make $300,000, or he can't even take me on. I'm like, y'all are unrealistic. Y'all unrealistic people. You know what I mean? So I think dating today is trash. If you find you a solid one, hold on to dear tightness, boy, because you're going to be out there struggling. You know what I mean? For real. So once you find you a solid chick or dude, man, I advise y'all to hold on to them things tight, because, boy, it's looking ugly out here every single day, even if it's real or fake.
Yeah, man. This whole expensive first. Now, if you a dude that is down for that, that's your makeup. We're not telling you not to do it. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you do, you like taking girls on their first date and impressing them and going to, JG Steakhouse and putting out the whole, wad out on them, all the money and stuff on them, and getting all the expensive wine. Hey, more power to you, brother.
Do it.
But as far as me, and I'm sure I'm speaking for Maul, yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
we'll probably go for drinks first.
Facts. And then if I hear another slander on Cheesecake Factory, we're gonna have a problem, dog. Like, bro, stop shitting on Cheesecake Factory. I think Drake is the main reason for this slander on Cheesecake Factory because he said some shit in the song one time. And I'm like, bro, like Cheesecake Factory is not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Come on, like it's not like
it's not cheap either. Like let's get that straight. Cheesecake Factory ain't cheap now.
Nothing cheap anymore, bro. You know what I mean?
You buy in a good night, you spending $120 at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, with drinks, yeah. For sure.
On a good night, yeah.
And the atmosphere ain't that bad. Like the only thing with the atmosphere is like, look, if you want to be on like a date and stuff like that, it can get a little, there's sometimes a lot of kids running around there. You know what I mean? That is a very hot spot for like, prom nights and you know what I mean? Like, you got the dances. That's like the pregame area. You know what I mean? You guys go eat at Cheesecake Factory or after the dance, you guys go to Cheesecake Factory and hit that up. You know what I mean? That used to be some baller shit. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, just stop slandering Cheesecake Factory, Cheesecake Factory, we love y'all. So, man, if y'all ever want to, show love.
Sponsor.
We got you, baby. We got you because we'll never slander Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory smacks, bro.
I might clip this and send it to y'all.
Send it, please. Please do. Chris and Mom, we mess with y'all. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Back to the NFL. Yeah. Hypothetical NFL trades, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm going to let you go first.
Man, so you know what I did, bro? I wrote a lot of different names. It was kind of hard picking like a top 5. So I wrote a lot of different names and picked different teams. I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't want to take too much time. But there were some that I was very curious about and I wanted to run by you, just get your opinions. And I'm sure you have your top 5 that you're going to go through. So one of them, I had Kirk Cousins to the New England Patriots. What do you think about that one?
I'm not mad at that. He'll definitely make them better.
Yeah, I think so.
Super Bowl contenders? I don't think so. But he'll make them better.
Yeah. I also put the Titans up there as well, in the sense of like ranking system. Another one I thought was interesting because they did draft a guy early in the draft, and I'm assuming that they need to get him more time running. So I picked TJ Lockett. So I think TJ Lockett, I think he should go to the likes of you guys. I think TJ Lockett to the Chiefs would be a very smart move. I think he fits in the sense of like he'll give you kind of like that Tyreek action where he'll kind of blow up in the top. So I want to get your opinion on that. And then also give JSN more ops in the Seattle offense because I think he needs more opportunities for him to thrive. I think he can be a great receiver, but with DK Metcalf and TJ Lockett, he's not getting enough time. So I want to run by you. What do you think about that?
Tyler Lockett would make sense because he's a K-State guy. His father used to play for the Chiefs. And, so he has ties with the Chiefs. So that would make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. So then I have another one. I have Patrick Surtain to my Raiders. I think we need cornerback help. I know it's going to be pretty much impossible because I know for a sense, in a sense, like people don't like to trade within divisions. But look, if you throw enough capital at it, we need cornerback help. With the amount of wins it looks like we're going to get, unfortunately, our draft situation is not going to be as good as I think it should be. But also put as a surprise the Lions in there as well. So Raiders and Lions for Patrick Surtain. What do you think? What do you think will be a better fit?
Probably the Lions.
Probably Lions.
Realistically, it'd be the Lions. I mean, of course he'll help you guys out, but realistically, I see him going to the Lions.
And then I think Ramondre Stevens needs to get the fuck out of New England. I don't think he's a bad running back. So I did the Chargers. I think with Austin Eckler getting a little bit older, I think this is probably going to be his last year with the Chargers. I think that substitution, I think Ramondre Stevenson does a lot of what Austin Eckler does. He's younger. What do you think?
I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, I don't think that's what they need. I think they need defense, but I hear you.
Yeah. I also have Brian Burns. I think Brian Burns is another name that I think should be considered to get traded. I had my Raiders again. I think the Raiders. We need Max Crosby needs help, boy. He needs help. I would love for him to go. But I also have the Texans. I think, in a sense, it's having another 1-2 with Will Anderson. I think they're looking very promising. Brian Burns, I don't think he's that old. I think he's still in his mid-20s and stuff like that. So what do you think about that? Raiders or Texans for Brian Burns?
Either or would be fine.
Either or.
Either or would be fine.
Okay. And then I'll throw out one more. Hunter Renfrow. Now, there are a lot of teams out there that could use Hunter Renfrow services, me personally. So I think either the Bills or Bengals, I think will be perfect for Hunter Renfrow. In a sense, I think with the Bengals, for instance, I think if they replace Boyd with Hunter Renfrow, I don't think Boyd is I think Boyd is, for me, is more of a number two. I think he should be more inside than outside than inside. I think Hunter Renfrow is perfect for the inside game. I think he was one of the top slot receivers 2 years ago. The Raiders just don't use him. And then the Bills, too. I think he can fit that kind of role of being a slot receiver with Gabe Davis and Stephon Davis on the outside. You have a nice slot receiver on the inside. Kind of helps open up with the tight end situation with Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, and all that. What do you think about that?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So I wrote a couple more, but I'm going to let you rock. You know what I mean? I know you got your 5, so those are just a couple I threw out.
I got more than 5.
Okay, for sure.
Now I got my honorable mentions. I got Marquise Brown to the Panthers. I think he would be the perfect take the top off the defense type of receiver for them. With Adam Tyson. What's his name? Adam. What's the white boy name? Thielen. I think he'd be a good compliment to Thielen. That's what they're missing. They're missing somebody who can take the top off. And say what you want about Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown can run good routes. So I think he would add an element that they need over there.
Yeah.
They need over. I got Saquon Barkley to the Ravens. I think he would take that offense over the top. He's something that they need desperately. A running back who can run between the tackles. He's got speed, and he can catch out of the backfield. So he'll have Lamar Jackson in that, and that'll open up things for that offense a lot. So I got Saquon. I got Kyle Pitts to the Dallas Cowboys. He's something desperately Dak Prescott needs, and that is a damn tight end in the middle of the field. He will help that offense a lot, and it will probably tape down some of those interceptions that he had.
So I don't mean to cut you off, but I also had Kyle Pitts, but I didn't. I wrote Cowboys is one of the names that I had as far as the list. But I also put the Texans or the Steelers. I think the Texans and the Steelers could all use. Like I know Steelers have Pat Fairmouth, but I think Kyle Pitts will fit more. And then I think the Texans. I think if you put Kyle Pitts with C.J. Stroud with that offense, I think that offense would be great.
I agree. And then I have Kyler Murray to the Steelers. I think he would elevate the Steelers, make them playoff contenders, maybe even Super Bowl contenders if he could show that he's healthy. All right, now here's my top 5. Now the Jets have not really been using Carl Lawson. He's been getting less and less snaps on that defensive line. So give me Carl Lawson to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Him and Josh Allen on the edges. You will help that defense on that defensive line, and it'll help out those corners out in Jacksonville. So give me Carl Lawson to the Jags. Give me Jerry Jeudy, even though Steve Smith, shout out to Steve Smith. Jerry Jeudy to the New York Giants. I don't care what you say, he'd be better than any receiver that they got over there.
I'm not a fan of Jeudy, though.
I'm not a fan of Jeudy right now.
Would you rather have Corey Sutherland, though, if you're the Giants? I trust Corey Sutherland more than Jeudy.
I think they already have a Cortland Sutherland over there with Darius Slayton. So
Cortland Sutton better than Darius Slayton, though.
Is he though?
He is, bro. He is. I think he's a bigger body too, eh?
They're both 6'4", 6'5".
Cortland Sutton look bigger to me. He's on TV.
Yeah, but give me Jerry Jeudy to the Giants. You can give him a box of rocks. Give me Chris Godwin, receiver from the Buccaneers, to my Chiefs. I think he's exactly what we need. He's younger than Mike Evans, I wouldn't be mad at Mike Evans, but I think he's more suitable for our offense. Chris Godwin, he does the stuff that the Andy Reid type receivers do. You know what I'm saying? Work the middle of the field, can move inside, outside. Give me Chris Godwin to the Chiefs. Now, cornerback. And I know this sounds crazy, but he's actually a good corner. He's just surrounded by the filth of the Chicago Bears. Jalen Johnson, cornerback, to the Detroit Lions. I know it wouldn't happen because it's in division, but he would help out that Detroit Lions. defense. And my number one, they got to go all in, baby. We trying to win the Super Bowl with the 49ers. Patrick Surtain to the 49ers, baby. Come on, let's strengthen this. Let's get the number one corner. We push Avarius Ward at the number 2. You get Patrick Surtain. He's covering all the number ones. With that defense, Patrick Surtain would never have to worry about anything in life.
No, I had Patrick Surtain on here. I had the Niners as one of my teams on here for sure. No, that's not bad, man.
I also had Kirk Cousins going back to the Commanders.
The Commanders? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I had like Buda Baker. I had Buda Baker either going to like maybe the Cowboys to help out that back end of the Cowboys, or even the Rams.
For y'all too.
It'd be good for us too. I have us on there. Rams. I'll have that. I think Jeffrey Simons. I took him out. You know what I mean? I think he should get considered to get traded. I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe stiffen the Ravens D line or the Rams D line. Jimmy G, get Jimmy G out of here. Send him to the Jets, please. Jets, take Jimmy G. I beg y'all. I
got one that'll blow up some shit too.
What?
Aaron Donald to the Buffalo Bills.
Nah, that'd be crazy. I low key think Derrick Henry should get traded too. I think Derrick Henry to the Texans. I think that would be cool. I think CJ Stroud needs some running back help. I know people like Dameon Pierce, but I feel like Dameon Pierce has been hit or miss. Or even the Cowboys. In a sense of like, I think the Cowboys need a 1-2 punch. I think Tony Pollard should be the first, second down back or whatever. But I think once you get in the goal line, I think they need a goal line running back. You know what I mean? I think they missed the likes of Ezekiel Elliott. I think Derrick Henry would be good to save his body. I don't think he's owed too much. Man, I had T. Higgins on here too. Just hypothetical, if the Bengals keep losing, he's not signed. I know they talk about they want to re-sign him, but I think T. Higgins to the Giants would be great. T. Higgins to the Panthers would be great. If you wanted to do kind of like, you're trying to rebuild, depending on the quarterback you get, you want to match him. If you get Caleb Williams, maybe him going to the Broncos or something like that. Devontae Adams, if things keep getting rocky with Devontae, you know what I mean? I don't see him going nowhere. But what if they did like a swap? We talked about it, Stephon Diggs. You even talked about Stephon Diggs for Devontae.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stephon Diggs keep blowing up. You know what I mean? He really going to be blowing up with the quarterback situation we got in Vegas. Those are all hypotheticals. You know what I mean? But no, I like yours though. I like yours for sure.
No, most definitely. You definitely got some dope trades on there for sure.
Yeah. Justin Fields to the Falcons, I feel like should just be no-brainer at this point. Don't you think?
Huh?
Justin Fields to the Falcons.
Yeah, Ritter's terrible.
Ritter sucks. And I forgot they got Tyler Heineke. Why don't they play Tyler Heineke on the Falcons? I don't get it. Especially if they want to win something. They still got a chance in that division. How bad that division looks.
I know, man. Those are some good trade options, and we'll see, man. We'll see.
Let's trade that.
Halloween.
So a couple weeks.
So we'll see. All right, man. You brought this to my attention about Best Buy. They are going to be stopping all digital sales. Is that right?
Physical sales.
Physical digitals, like so like DVDs and stuff like that.
Video games, music CDs, all that. They're stopping all that here. I think next year sometime. So, I think it's kind. Look, I get it. Most people nowadays do everything kind of like streaming, digital, and all that sense. I think it still kind of sucks though to see like the physical sales are starting to just diminish, and that you're not really gonna have the opportunity to do physical anymore. Like I guess in video game world, I guess they kind of helps GameStop in a sense, like you know what I mean. But I haven't been in a GameStop in a long time. I don't know how much of a catalog they have left as far as like with old games or new games and stuff like that.
They still got a good catalog.
Yeah, so I just think in the sense of collectors, I think it kind of sucks if you really are into the collection of this in a sense. Because I like as you can see, I have a little bit of what I have with my DVDs and video games back there. A lot of my stuff now is digital, but it kind of sucks in a sense. Is like you won't be able to pass that stuff down to your kid or whatever if you pass away. Like in a sense, it's like, you know, if you have a PlayStation and you buy all your games like on the digital side, and you pass away, how is anybody going to have access to your games? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sure if they have like some kind of thing where, you know, maybe you could put it in the will. Maybe the companies might respond. I don't know. I really don't know.
That's wild. Put in your PlayStation, PSN.
I don't know, man. I really don't know, bro. Listen
wow.
here. Listen here. I'm just saying, man, like the video game collections that we have, man, like I get mad sometimes.
My son.
Hey, man, you know,
Cris
man.
under 702.
No, let's call a spade, man. Some of these old video games are worth a lot of money. You know what I mean? Especially with the actual collections. You know what I mean? So it's not such in the sense of like, all right, man, I'm just handing you down my video games. It's just, in a sense, it's like, yo, with them not making physical sales no more, and I have a lot of these old, like, you know, CDs. I have their own great physical condition. You can sell those for like a couple $100. That could be like, you know, going towards something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, to me, it's nothing than like art in a way. You know, you got people that buy wild shit. Like, you know, motherfuckers buying goddamn Pokemon cards for $1 million. You know what I mean? So I'm saying in the sense of like collection, like, you know what I mean? Now it's kind of like everybody wants to go into the NFT shit. And, you know, I don't know the uncertainties of that. You know, you start seeing a lot of people get arrested for, you know, NFT scams and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I just want to get your thoughts on it. You know what I mean? How you feel about physical sales, kind of like, and physical copies not being a part of everyday things.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, we're in the times now, man. It's all about streaming now. All the movies and stuff that you want to watch, you can pull it up on Tubi, Netflix, Hulu, whatever streaming service that you use. You can pull it up now. Like, you ain't got to go to, you know, Blockbuster, you go rent it, or you ain't got to go to Best Buy to go rent it, you know, buy it no more, you know. Like you could go, I mean, Walmart or whatever, they still sell them, but even that, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is that, like you said, collector's item, like certain things, you know, like if you have the first Friday, you know what I'm saying, or you got Games of Thrones on, you know, the whole collection of the Game of Thrones series and stuff like that. Those are good to have for DVD purposes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do remember the days, and I'm gonna age myself. I remember the days going to Best Buy and getting CDs and, you know, buying the new albums that I was looking for or whatever. They always had deals at Best Buy, you know what I'm saying? Buy this, get this, you know, half off or whatever. So I do miss those days, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I guess you can still go to Zia Records and do stuff like that. But
minus like, you know, convenience. What do you prefer, the digital way or the actual having a physical copy yourself?
I mean, I'm so conditioned. I say digital.
You're so digital. So me personally, I know I do a lot of stuff digital, but I still prefer the physical. Like, I think it means something to actually own the physical, because in a sense, it's like, all right, if I buy it on digital, you technically really don't own it. In a sense, they can lock you out of the shit. In a sense, it's like if you don't have access to your account, you don't have access to that content. At least with my shit, if you own that physical CD, you will always have access to that content. No matter
I will
what,
say this:
I mean?
music, I miss popping over that CD. You get to see the album cover, and I'm a music buff, so I'm a nerd. So I like to see who produced what, who, you know, look in there, look at the credits, look at all that stuff. Sometimes they had the lyrics in there, you know what I'm saying, and you know, every song, whatever. I miss those days. I do miss those days, but that's like DVDs and stuff like that. I don't mind the digital,
because you know, even with music, in a sense, it's like, you know, you can have artists. They'll put something on a song, the next thing you know, you go on to iTunes and the song is gone. You know what I mean? So, or they might have like altered it or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just like, if you always have that original piece of art, I think that's something. No matter how simplistic it may be, I think that's something where it's just like, it's a piece of art you're holding in. No matter if it's a music, a video game, a movie, anything. You know what I mean? You will always have that physical art at your presence at any time, as long as you have the capabilities to play it, show it, hear it, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And the digital sense is, you got the convenience of it, but actually, do you really own that actual physical content? You really don't. You know what I mean? You can get locked out, you can get blocked out of it anytime you want. You know what I mean? And the sense is like, you know, they can pull that off. They can literally have some shit where it's like they can pull it off the goddamn iTunes and you'll never be able to have it again. You know what I'm saying? So I think there is some good and bad with, I said, digital to me is just more of a convenience thing. but in a sense of like owning the art of whoever created whatever it is, movie, music, video games, whatever it is, I think that still means something. In a sense, it's like me and you. Like I love the album cover shit. I love looking at the credits. Like some of the album covers were some of the dopest shits about that gravitated you to an album. You know what I mean? Like, and then just seeing like, you know, the track listing, you know, having a little CD booklet and all that. To me, it's just like, it's just you creating your own collection of shit. And it meant something when you flip through those pages and you're like, damn, I got this old shit. I got that old shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it has more meaning behind it. You know what I mean? Because you really went out your way to get this piece of art, to get this piece of music or whatever it is, to be a part of your collection. When the sense is like, I just go on the website, click it, and then boom, like I get access to it behind a paywall.
Well, it all goes back to what we talked about last episode of having so much access to everything now. You know what I'm saying? Like we got access to everything, so we don't value it as much. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I can listen to it, I can watch it whenever I want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you got it physically, it was like, oh, I want to watch this now. You know what I'm saying? I want to listen to this album right now. You took more time out of your day to listen to stuff, watch more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you got it on the thing, you've been asking me to watch that Bishop Sycamore thing.
Man, watched it yet.
I'm just kind of like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Right. You know you just don't. No, go ahead.
Well, if it was like, hey, man, I'm going to give you this copy, man. I need it back by this day. I would have watched it by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you need it back.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. We're kind of saying the same thing. You know what I mean? In a sense, it's just like, you know, we both agree. Like digital is just the way it is now. People love the convenience of everything at this point. You know, people don't want to leave their house to do anything at all. You know what I mean? But in a sense of like us being able to go to the store, go to a record store, go to a GameStop or whatever, and then you know what I mean. Just in the sense of just like interaction, you talking to somebody who also loves music. You go in the same environment where you have other people that love music, that love to buy music and shit like that. That might put you onto some new shit or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know who you would have ran into a Tower Record store or Sam Goodies and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like. And then you might come across some real shit. Be like, damn, this album cover look pretty dope, or this vinyl cover look pretty dope. Like, who's this? You know what I mean? They might play it in the store for you. Just, you know what I mean? They might do some shit like that. I don't know. It's just you kind of miss the substance of the shit. Like, and I get it. We all got to kind of like, I'm a techie dude, so I'm all about getting with the times. But in a sense, it's like I wish we could still hold on to certain things that us as the young folks would say the old times. You know what I mean? Some of the shit that we used to do back in the day, man, like I think it should still be relevant today because I feel like we're just losing the sense of what owning a piece of content really means at the end of the day. Like I have a whole bunch of albums on my fucking phone right here. Yeah, it's convenient that I have on my phone. I can listen to them anytime. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, I get to it when I get to it. You got that feel like, I'll get to it when I get to it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just kind of sucks, but I get it at the same time.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. All right, man, let's go to boxing real quick, man.
Yeah.
Saturday, Tzsyu, who ended up being the champion at 154 once Jermall Charlo was announced in the Canelo fight. He got stripped of the belt, and they gave it to Tzsyu. He became the regular, I think he's WBO 154 champion. He ended up defending it against Brian Mendoza. He beat Stephen Fedor, who was said to be next in line to, you know, challenge Tzsyu, but it was an upset. He ended up knocking out Fedor in the 7th round, and he got the chance to go to Australia and fight Tzsyu for the belt. It was a pretty decent fight. Brian Mendoza was giving Tzsyu a little bit of problems in the beginning. He was, you know, being more slippery, more unorthodox, and moving around on him. So it took Tzsyu a little bit to like kind of break him down. But once the later rounds came, Tzsyu started hitting him. And kudos to Brian Mendoza. That dude has a hell of a chin because anybody else would have been knocked out. So he took some shots and he laid out on his sword, man. And shout out to Brian Mendoza. You know what I'm saying? He tried his best to make it tough on Tzsyu. But Tzsyu was the better fighter. And of course, in the press conference, he called out Charlo, and he said that he doesn't. Even before the fight, he said he doesn't really feel like a champion until he beats Jermall Charlo. Um, I think it would be a good fight. I saw some things that could give Tim Tszyu problems with Jermall Charlo. I think
Like what?
Jermall Charlo is faster than a Brian Mendoza. I see he had a little bit of problem with somebody moving on him a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
slipping on him, and he gets hit. One thing
Yeah.
about Tim Tszyu, now he has a chin, but he can get hit. He can get hit. So I think Charlo, if he moves on him a little bit, he could cause him some problems. Now, where Jermall Charlo, I'm scared for Jim, not scared, but where I can see problems for Jermall is that he likes to lay on them ropes. And if he lays on them ropes and gives Tim Tszyu, free access at him, that could be a problem for Jermall Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Now Jermall, he has a nice chin, and he doesn't really get knocked out. The only time he got knocked down was when he took that knee on Canelo. That was it. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I've never seen Jermall Charlo just get knocked out. So it should be an interesting fight. I think it'll be here in Vegas. I think you can make it to unify the belts again. Um, I would like to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Tim Tszyu deserves that. I mean, he's done enough to move up in the rankings to get that fight, and he deserves it. And it's a good fight to see who's the best at 154 right now. So
Yeah. Um, I didn't get a chance to watch the fight over the weekend. So what I'll ask you, after watching the fight, what percentage would you give him to be able to beat Charlo?
60-40.
60-40?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, 60-40. He has power, so power always travels. And if he catches Jermall with a good one, then he can make it interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, I got Jermall Charlo winning. I would say by decision. I don't think it's going to be a knockout or anything. I think it'll be by decision. I just think he's going to be the better boxer when it comes down to it. Regardless of I know the casuals who watch this show, they first time them seeing Jermall Charlo fighting Canelo, that was nowhere near the representation of Jermall Charlo when it comes to his skills. You know what I'm saying? So um, I expect him to be on full display. Being back to the Jermall Charlo that I know he can be, and I think he'll win by decision.
So after the Canelo fight, I know you said it's two different fighters as far as the weight classes and all that. But after that kind of performance with Canelo, which we all viewed was kind of disappointing in a sense, wouldn't you want to see him dominate Tim Tszyu? Do you think he needs to dominate Tim Tszyu to kind of get his luster back as far as amongst fans? Because I think he took a hit regardless. In a sense, is especially with the not so boxing fanatics. You know what I mean? How do you feel with that?
I mean, if he gives a dominating performance, of course that would be great. But I'm not going to discredit Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is he's a top tier fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to Tim Tszyu. I know a lot of people don't know who Tim Tszyu is. I mean, if you're a boxing fan, you know Tim Tszyu is the son of Costa Tszyu. Costa Tszyu was he was a top tier 140 champion at one time. So he has great lineage. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm not going to discredit Tim Tszyu like that. I think if Jermall Charlo wins 130, whatever, 115 to 113, then I'm not going to kill him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I don't want to sit here and say I'm dismissing Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu is a hell of a fighter, but I just think in the sense of just kind of where Charlo's reputation is right now, it did take a hit. I think he needs to show some kind of dominance, in a sense of especially he really wants Crawford. That's his next big payday in a sense.
Yeah.
Also in a sense is they don't like each other right now. But come on, man, we all know boxers, bro. At this point, they want to get paid at this point. So his next big payday that is a legit fight is probably the Crawford fight. So Crawford himself is he's not even paying attention to him no more. So I think he needs to do something to make him get that kind of less back to make it worth Crawford. Because Crawford, at the end of the day, he's only going to want to fight for big bucks. So right now, Charlo doesn't have that luster right now to be able to garner such luster for them to have a big pay-per-view boxing fight. Like Crawford will, in a sense of we would expect Crawford to dominate Charlo. But as far as for casuals, like at the end of the day, you need casuals to make a big payday. You need that. So I think Charlo needs to have a big showing with Tim Tszyu. I think his next fight he needs to have a prominent opponent. Not to disrespect Tim Tszyu, because I think Tim Tszyu can win the fight. I really do believe that. I don't think it's going to be some kind of like one-sided decision, but I think Charlo does need that for his kind of like persona and for him to be able to have another pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, that like the fight can't be like, oh, I don't know. It could go either way. He can't lose. He can't just be like, oh, I don't know. Tim Tszyu might have got that one, or I think it's a draw, man. You know, some of them rounds was close. Like, he definitely needs he showed out. You know, and at the end of the day, he won that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no questions. He's the best at 154 right now, and Crawford needs to see him. Like, most definitely.
Because I think he did more. I think he hurt more of his future than he did his present with the way he fought Canelo. Like, he was just thinking about the moment right then and there. But I'm like, bro, you got to think about the future. I'm like, bro, you literally pretty much gave no effort in the Canelo fight. We all expected that you portrayed that you was going to give, and you showed none of that. So what, in a sense, should I have the urge to pay for a Tim Tszyu Charlo fight? That fight better not even sniff a pay-per-view. It better not, because they're not going to sell at all. They're not going to sell. That should be a regular Showtime or whatever it is fight. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah.
I think it'll be on Showtime. It'll be on Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. That 154 division is interesting too. There's a lot of stuff going on in that division. We'll see. And you might get your wish on Super Bowl Sunday too, or Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, bro, I already knew it was coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Teofimo versus Ryan Garcia. So.
I think that'll be a really good fight. I think it'll be a really good fight. I think there's still a chance that it might even be Spencer Crawford. I think they're trying to figure out who's going to get that slot, but somebody's going to get it.
Well, they say Spencer Crawford in February. So.
Super Bowl's February, dog.
Super
Bowl's February, dog. If I had a choice, which one would you rather have for that Super Bowl slot?
Teofimo and Ryan Garcia. I don't want to see that beat down again.
I think me personally, I would rather want Teofimo and Ryan Garcia, because I think that would just be a great fight. I would have Teofimo as the favorite in that fight too. Me too. But I just think the names, man. Spence still has a big name. People want to see that. People who are Spence fans are gonna run to that fight and pay for that fight.
Yeah,
and
like
they
Ray
have
Jackson.
Ray Jackson's trip, and they have a strong feeling that it's going to be different based on 7 funky ass pounds. And like, look, I'm not going to sit here and regurgitate what we've been saying for the past fucking like 6 months since this fight has happened. Like, look, we love Errol Spence. We are fans of Errol Spence. We will root for you if you fought somebody else. But Terrence Crawford is just a better fighter, bro. 7 pounds is not going to make any kind of difference. You may feel a little bit better just on the weight, whatever. But Crawford's going to feel just as good. He's going to be just as good. He's not going to slow down. So my thing is like, look, like, just go ahead. If you want to do it, I think it's going to be Crawford Spence for the Super Bowl Saturday slot. I think, me personally. I know they're trying to do Ryan Garcia and Teofimo. Ryan Garcia has a big name. Teofimo has a cool name, but it's not as big as Ryan Garcia. It's not as big as Errol Spence or TC. Errol Spence, TC, I think, with the amount of money you're going to have to pay to go to that fucking fight, no matter what fight it is on that weekend, is either way.
Here's the question. Are casuals going to pay for tickets to go see that fight?
The casual Spence fans will pay for the tickets. The casual Crawford fans will pay for those tickets.
Yes, I'm talking about just the casuals, not the casual boxing. The fan that doesn't watch boxing, and they just hear Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. And the first time they saw these two was that fight.
You know why I say yes? Because I think you were either on one side or the other. You know, they made this whole kind of storyline where Spence just didn't look right. Spence didn't want to be in that weight and all that type of stuff. And to me, it's either, no matter who you talk to, it's either I believe Terrence Crawford is going to whoop his ass again, or I believe Errol Spence has a shot if he goes up in weight. To me, it's one or the other. I think even with casual fans, I think if you're a casual, it was an entertaining fight. No matter if it was a dominating fight, it was an entertaining fight. And I sense where Terrence Crawford garnered a lot of fans in that too, where people are going to be like, I want to watch the Terrence Crawford fight. No matter who he fights, I want to watch the Terrence Crawford fight because he's fucking exciting and he can whoop anybody's ass. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, now you got the Spence surge of people who really believe that these 7 pounds are going to make a huge difference in this fight because they want to justify why his boy got his ass whipped so bad. Because none of us expected him to get his ass whipped that bad. And I say that very, 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 very respectfully. Very respectfully. Because I'm a huge Errol Spence fan, but I'm a bigger Terrence Crawford fan. But let's just call it a spade, man. Every Errol Spence fan was hurting after that fight. Like, literally, brothers was in tears almost because of that fight.
My boy Dion was in shock.
Yeah.
He was in shock.
They need justification. They need real justification to really know, was he really that bad? Or was our boy just not feeling good, not having a good day, which a lot of them believe, and that these 7 pounds are going to make the difference between an Errol Spence ass whooping and an Errol Spence win. A lot of people believe, like your boy Ray Jackson believes, that Errol Spence is going to dominate this fight against Terrence Crawford if it goes to 154. Terrence Crawford ain't scared to go to 154. But come on, let's like me and you both know what's up. But that's the Errol Spence fan. Like diehard Errol Spence fans are going to their deathbed believing that Errol Spence was not at the right weight, even though those other 10, 20 fights that he had at that same weight, they never had a problem with that those. But the moment he fights Terrence Crawford, 147 is just a little bit too much for his body. Come on, man. Come on. But that's what I think. That's why I think it'll still sell because of that notion. People are going to show out just because they want the answer. They want the final answer.
Yeah. We'll see. Now, this Saturday, we saw this new phenomenon of tag team boxing.
Bro.
Some of the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Man.
Had 2 guys, real tag team, like wrestling, for the tag team championships. I forgot these dudes' names, sorry.
They're like
two on two, you know what I'm saying? 4 rounds. Was it 4 minutes?
No, I think it was 3. I think it was 3
minutes. And it's literally how you think it is. 2 guys get in the ring, they start, losing or whatever. They can run to their corner, tag that guy in. Yeah. It was, now look, I'm a purist when it comes to boxing. I'm not into making boxing look like a sideshow and a joke. But
go ahead and say it, dog. Go ahead and say it.
If you give me this with, and you look, I don't want main boxers to. I'd rather just keep it like this with the regular dudes from up just like YouTubers and stuff like this. Yeah. That's fine with me. Yeah. But if you do it in this setting, I'm fine with it. I know I sound like a hypocrite because I talk about Logan Paul and all these dudes, in boxing, whatever. But this shit here, sign me up, man. I want to be in a crowd for this shit because this shit was entertaining.
Nah, like when we first heard about the tag team boxing, and we was like, yo, this shit about to be fucking terrible. But the moment that thing, after the first round, we were hooked. I was like, bro, sign me up. Like, bro, I'd rather have this than the slap boxing shit.
Yeah,
I really would. Because at the end of the day, at least you have some sense of control with it. I think you get more excitement out of it. Because I get it. Sometimes boxing fights they can be tedious, you know what I mean? With people kind of like going through the motions, trying to figure out the opponent, especially on the one-on-one aspect, you know what I mean? You don't want to put yourself out there. But I think with the tag team aspect is if you get hurt, you can tag somebody in and save yourself for later on in the round or for the next round. Right, so in a sense, it's like you get a whole bunch of flurries. You get 30-second to 45-second flurries of just straight action, and then they'll tag out, come back in, and you got a set of fresh fighters coming in and doing another 30, 45. It's always true excitement. Like, how many exciting moments were in that one match alone? There was so many to even count on both my hands. All that. Just even hard punches. And some of the punches were kind of smooth. Like, they look like some legit shit. So I wouldn't mind if, like, as I said, I'm a boxing purist. I love boxing. But I wouldn't mind if somebody, which I believe will eventually happen, somebody's going to start up a tag team boxing league whether it be with former old professional fighters that just never made it to the big time or whatever, or just kind of in the sense of like you have influencers or just some guys off the street that just want to do some stuff and create a name for themselves. You know what I mean? That have some boxing experience with them. But I think it was amazing, bro. I think it was one of the better moments of that whole Jake Paul card. Besides one of the other fights that was really good. But man, I'm not gonna sit here and condone it, man. This is if you want entertainment, that was entertaining, bro. And that I was intrigued by every second of that fight.
Like, give me the Paul brothers versus somebody. Like, jump that off. Like,
all right. So let me ask you, what tag team matchup would you like to see? Fictitiously, whatever. You can use anybody, but what would you like to see?
I was gonna say, give me the Paul brothers versus like, I don't know who's some good like guys on the other side. I don't know.
Because I think you can even do like some mixed matches shit where you have a boxer and an MMA fighter. Like you can do some wild shit where it could be like Conor McGregor and fucking like Canelo versus like a Mayweather and like Jake Paul or some shit. You know what I mean? You could get wild with the shit. You know what I mean? In the sense, it's like, yo, if you get in trouble, just tag somebody in. Not saying those guys would ever do that, but you know what I mean? Like
Mayweather, Mayweather's price would be like,
or do a tag team of like the Paul brothers with. I don't want to watch Dylan Dennis fight again. That boy's ass. But do like Jake Paul with like KSI and Tommy Fury or some shit. You know what I mean? I think that would be entertaining as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They just got me, bro. Just sign me up. Like if they do another tag team boxing, like ESPN get on that. NBC get on that. Whoever gets tag team boxing, they're gonna win because that thing is entertaining as hell.
And KSI. You just gonna let the hair go, bro. Because the hairline is in the middle.
Blum, 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 blum.
That hairline is gone, bro.
Yeah, I see why my man wears the bandanas, boy.
Yeah, he needs to keep them on.
Nah, for real.
All right, man. Let's talk about her.
Here we go. Jada, one that never shuts the hell up. Oh, my God.
She's on a besmirch, discredit Will Smith tour.
This woman will not shut up, bro.
Now she's
what are they saying now? Take us out the group chat.
Yeah, please. That's what the one girl said. Now, she's come out and said that Tupac had alopecia when he was in jail, and that he proposed to her while he was in jail. Now, mind you, and I'm not saying that's not true. It could be true. Now, mind you, he had a fiance. He was engaged, I think, to Quincy Jones' daughter at the time. So the timeline a little off, Jada. I'm not saying that he might have proposed to you too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. Shout out to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big, rest in peace, Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I don't believe it. And she out here trying to discredit Will Smith because I think that she's mad because her career isn't where his career is. So she's doing everything she can to get in that limelight.
Jada even said that Chris Rock even tried to hit on her and all this stuff. That her and Will weren't even married for the past
said that they're separated.
Wow, and shit. Since what 16 or 06?
Yeah,
whatever.
2016. They've been separated. What else? She said something else. Oh, she thought that the whole Chris Rock and Will Smith thing was scripted at first. She thought that was a whole script. She didn't think it was real at first. So, yeah. She out here wild. She's selling a book right now, mind you. She's selling a book. So she's trying to get you to go read that book.
Why? Then why did you do the red table talk? You should have saved all this for the book. We don't care. She has fallen off the top tier precipice of being one of the most loved Black women in all of history to being one of the most despised women of all time, no matter what color. Like, this is annoying. Like, as Shorty said in the song, take us out the group chat. We do not care. Like, miss me with all this stuff. Like, first, Like, what happened to just showing some fucking decency to your husband or ex-husband or whatever the hell you want to call him? Where's the love at? Like, bro, like you are literally trying to embarrass this man every single week. Ma, let Tupac rest. He's been dead for over 20 years. If the dick was that good, god damn, just get a dildo made out of his shit. Like, it's crazy. Like, let it go. Like, you look so pathetic at this point, man. Like, come on, man.
You got Stephen A. speaking out on you.
It's bad, bro. Like, it gets to the point where it's just like, man, like, let Will Smith go. And it's just like, you weren't together, but when the whole smacking situation happened, but yet you guys always portrayed like y'all weren't together then. So if y'all not together and you don't like this man, why the hell did you go to the goddamn show with him? Why? Y'all had nothing available. What is he? I think Will was nominated for something, but your ass didn't have to be there. You weren't nominated for shit. Will Smith made you. Let's call it what it really is. Will Smith made your career. Without Will Smith, you wouldn't have been in a lot of these acting jobs. You barely can act. Like, you pretty as hell, Mom, but besides that, like, you knew Tupac. You did a little dance music video with Tupac. You love Tupac. We get it.
I did love you in Low Down Dirty Shame. I loved you and Set It Off, though.
Yeah, but let's call it spade. She wouldn't have gotten those goddamn parts without Will Smith.
She was decent in The Matrix. Sorry, Matrix.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Well, Jada gotta let it go. And then on top of that, it's like you go and if you were with Will or not, you had an affair or you had relationships with one of your friends, one of your son's friends. Like, word, come on, Ma. Really? Like, Ma, we don't care about your book. Like, you did the whole red table talk to embarrass your husband, to literally demand him, dehumanize him, embarrass the hell out of this dude, to get your point across, to make you express whatever it is that you want to express. And like, the only thing about Will is like, Will, you gotta grow some, bro. You gotta like just stand up. Stand up. Like, you are making us look so bad. Like, you literally went to smack Chris Rock for what? You laughed at the joke. And then you look over at your wife or partner or wherever the hell else it was, and then you go over
claimed y'all been separated since 2016.
Claimed you've been separated since 2016. Which, if that's the case, you look even more wild going up there and smacking Chris Rock for what? You should have laughed. It's an alopecia joke. It's just about hair, Mom. It's okay. I've heard worse. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not taking alopecia lightly, but let's call a spade a spade. Like, what are we doing? Like, you guys were held to such high regard. Now you guys look like the worst couple ever represented Black community. It is crazy.
Like, every time I hear that J. Cole line, I cringe.
Yeah. And then it's like, how many times have we heard them two that say they have a special, the way they treat their marriage is like in a certain type of way, but we are married and shit. But now you're going to sit here and tell us y'all were divorced for since 2016? Like, I've seen videos just kind of the way you kind of like physically were with Will and all that on the red carpet and all that. And you kind of see like how she just, I'm like, why even be with the man if you really don't love him? Why are you wasting his time? Will, why do you waste your time?
Because his name is Will Smith. And at the end of the day, standing next to Will Smith makes you look like a power couple.
Will, you should have just stuck with Margot Robbie or whatever her name is. She a badass white woman. You should have just stuck with her. For real. Like, because, like, I get it. And probably they both probably cheated on each other. I'm sure Will got his own set of girls that he got and all that type of shit. Nobody's stupid. But at the end of the day, man, like, if I was one of their kids, I would be fucking embarrassed at this point. I don't want to be seen with y'all motherfuckers. Nah, I get it, but I'm like, God damn. Like I said, at this point, I feel bad for Will, but at the same time, he need to grow some. And like you low-key kind of ruined your career from going up and getting the Oscar to being banned from the Oscars for 10 years to now going back to making slave movies and shit, which is wild as fuck to me. You should not be making slave movies no more, my brother. But I feel like you can't get nothing else but a goddamn slave movie. You want Emancipation Proclamation, whatever that movie was called, bro.
No. Well, you got what's the name coming out?
What?
I Am Legend 2. You got that coming.
Man, we've been waiting on that for like 5 years.
What is the writer's strike just stopped, man? They got to get back in there.
It better be great. It better be great because at this point, he needs a performance to get out of this.
He's going to be right next to the golden boy, Michael B. Jordan. And he's going to be back to being Will Smith.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm burnt out on Will, and I'm damn sure burnt out on Jada. Leave me alone. I don't want to see no one about. I get it. You're promoting the book. We don't care. I'm gonna talk about me. I don't care. Stop.
I'm not reading that book.
What's the point of reading the book? She damn near told you everything in the goddamn book. She did the red table talk, and now every single clip is about me and Will used to be like this. Like me and Tupac used to be in love, and Chris Rock used to ask me out, and I was more in love with. I'm like, bro, no one cares. We get it. You love Tupac. He gone. You get it. You might as well just build an android, call him Tupac, and just fuck him. Excuse my language, but just it's a wrap. Let him rest.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do our top 5 sports movies of all times.
This one was tough. Who want to go first?
Tough.
I'll go. You want me to go first?
It's up to you, man. What you want to do?
I'll go first, man. So this one was hard as hell for me. I got a lot of movies. I just went through the whole list. This is not no specific order for me. I'll give you my top 5, and I'll give you some honorable mentions. One of them is The Wrestler. I love The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. I thought that movie was fucking amazing. That movie was really good. White Man Can't Jump. It's one of my all-time classics. I love that movie. I can watch that anytime, any day. The Program. I love The Program. Program was really, really, really good. Really got into the whole college atmosphere of it. Loving Basketball. I love Loving Basketball. That was like one of my things. And then I did Sandlot. Sandlot was a really, really good movie. I love that. So those were kind of like my top 5, but it was tough. It was really, really tough. The other ones I had were Raging Bull. I love Raging Bull. Southpaw was really amazing with Jake Gyllenhaal. I really love that one. The Little Giants. I love The Little Giants, man. I love The Little Giants. Classic. Any Given Sunday, of course. He Got Game. Yeah. Semi-Pro. And The Hurricane with Denzel Washington was really good. And also Cool Runnings was really good too.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, I got some of the same people. I got, The Program on mine. And I got The Sandlot and White Man Can't Jump. White Man Can't Jump and The Sandlot was 3 and 4 on my list.
Okay.
I also had Rudy.
Rudy's really good. Yeah, I forgot about
Friday Night. I had Friday Night Lights. I like that
Friday
movie.
Night Lights. Yeah.
Coach Carter. That was one of my movies.
Coach Carter was cool.
Major League.
Major League was cool. Yeah, Major League was cool.
Now, one of my more underrated movies, because I think it's because there's a bunch of women in this movie. I'm sorry, this movie had man.
Oh, The League of Their Own.
League of Their Own.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a really good movie. I like that movie. Yeah,
it was mad quotables in that movie. Tom Hanks was the best.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was really good. Yeah, I should have put that on the list too. Yep.
Rocky, I got them at number 2. Yeah, Rocky at number 2. It's a classic. And then Remember the Titans, man. You know what I'm saying? And Denzel. Yeah. That was one of my favorite movies, man.
Titans is really good.
Yeah, for sure.
I also like Semi-Pro. Will Ferrell.
Semi-Pro was pretty. It was funny.
We also had Caddyshack. Caddyshack was a good movie. Happy Gilmore, you know what I mean? Can't forget about that. You know what I mean? Happy Gilmore was really good. And it was just it's when you really look at it, man, there's a lot of really good sports movies out there, man. Long and Short, The Replacements.
A lot of people hate The Replacements.
I love The Replacements, dog.
The Replacements was funny as shit.
It was cool. I fucked with The Replacements.
I had no problem with The Replacements.
What was the other one? there's another basketball one. Like obviously you got like Space Jam and shit. Not the LeBron one. LeBron one was trash, but the Michael Jordan one was cool.
Yeah, Space Jam was a classic.
Space Jam original was cool. Like Mike, original like Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's that? Oh, Sunset Park.
Sunset Park was really good. I fuck with Sunset Park. Yeah, Sunset Park was really good.
What was the other? There was another one. I used to like Rebound with Martin. That's just me.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I liked Rebound. It was cool.
Disney had the worst sports movies ever. Like the ones with the twin white girls, that was the worst shit I've ever seen.
That was trash.
Shorty did the whole like, she did the one step like Juke. That shit is nasty work, bro. That shit.
The only Disney movie they did that was good was Remember the Titans. That was it.
Remember the Titans was good.
Yeah,
I swear there was like another movie.
Unnecessary Roughness. That was my movie right there.
Which one was that?
Unnecessary Roughness. You never seen Unnecessary Roughness?
Which one was that?
What did they get? The college team was horrible. It was based in Texas. Sinbad was in it.
I don't remember that one.
But no, the dude. I don't know if you ever seen Quantum Leap, the old Quantum Leap movie show. Mm-hmm. Well, the dude, the main character in that, what they did was he was a highly touted high school quarterback, but his father ended up passing away, so he had to like take over his job as far as manning the farm because they had a farm or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he bypassed college and went over, took over the farm. So their college team was bad. So they went, and he's like 40 now, and so they went to go find him to go be the quarterback for the team, and he ended up being the quarterback and enrolling in school. It's a comedy.
I gotta check it out. Oh, I forgot to put on my list. Sorry to cut you up. Blue Chips, dog.
Oh yeah,
Blue Chips. I forgot about Blue Chips.
That was based on UNLV.
That might gotta be put in my top 5, man. Blue Chips
was based on UNLV. And I was a big Penny Hardaway and Shaq fan at that time too.
Yeah, you know what? Raging Bull was really good though. God damn. See, it's tough, man. Yeah, I'm not taking out the Sandlot. I'm not taking out the Wrestler. The Wrestler was just too good, man.
Wrestler was really good.
But yeah, top six. No order though. And you know what? There's another movie with Wesley Snipes. It was a Wesley Snipes where he was the baseball player, and then I think his little girl.
The Fan
was really good too. If you want to consider that a sports movie, I guess you consider it a sports movie.
Yeah, it was
more like a criminal. Movie.
Rookie of the Year. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, Rookie of the Year. Hey, it's 3
Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield, yeah. Hey, it's 3 Ninjas. Is that a sports movie?
No, that is.
But no, the funny thing is, Bloodsport and 3 Ninjas was in the sports category. It really was.
I could understand Bloodsport. I could understand Bloodsport and kickboxing because it was actual competition.
Well, they did competition in 3 Ninjas too. They really did.
Yeah.
They really did.
But it was more. 3 Ninjas was Home Alone with Karate Kid.
Yo, man, don't shit on 3 Ninjas, man. Colt, sometime Rocky, boy.
I love 3 Ninjas. I grew up on it. But I'm just saying, it was Home Alone with karate dudes in it. Like the little kids knew karate.
That was a cold threesome, dog. I used to love watching their movies. My favorite ones when they went to, I think, Japan, and the little Japanese chick whooping their ass. Little white ninja. She was cool. She was cold.
Yeah.
What was that? I swear there was another movie I'm fucking missing.
Mm-hmm.
Man. I don't know. I feel like we get most of them. There's so many great sports movies, man. I low-key want to watch one now. Shit. For real.
You got Invincible with Mark.
Which one?
Wahlberg. Invincible. Where he was it was based on a true story.
Oh, what about my man's movie? The one we found out that was fake. One Michael or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Oh, the blind
You gotta take that shit out You gotta take that shit out, boy. That shit is gone, bro. Y'all motherfuckers killed that.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Orr, man. Sorry, he got the judge to overturn that stuff though.
Oh, they did? He did?
Yeah, to take
so you get what? You get money or something? You get money or something?
Yeah, I guess so. The contract that he signed when he was a kid. Okay. Yeah, the judge took that out. They saw the paperwork. He was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Man, that's
so,
cool. Hey, there was one on Disney. It was a bowling movie. What was it called? Alley Cats. Remember Alley Cats?
Oh, does dodgeball count?
Dodgeball counts, man. It counts. Man.
Dodgeball counts. That's a movie right there. I love dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge
a bullet. Hell yeah, man! There's so many great sport movies out there, man. I'm sure if y'all got yours, man. Just put in the comments.
Man, we missed the ultimate, man.
What?
Mighty Ducks, bro.
Mighty Ducks, yeah. Mighty Ducks was really good, man. Mighty Ducks was really good, dog. Yeah, nah. Hey, does roll bounce count?
Yeah, of course.
You got roll
it was competition.
It was competition. You know what I mean?
It was about them skating. They was trying to win something.
Nah, yeah, for real. But nah, man, there's so many movies out there, man. If y'all watch this, man, just put your favorite sports movies, man, on the comments, man. Post it.
Yeah, there's some good sports movies out there. I'm trying to think of some of the boxing other than Rocky. There's some other.
I said you got Raging Bull, Rocky, Southpaw was really good.
Was
the Hurricane, as I said.
Guess you could add the Creed franchise.
Could add the Creed one. What's another one? What's like another boxing one? What was the one with Will Smith? Not Will Smith. Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames. Remember that one where he was in jail?
Oh, Undisputed.
Undisputed. That one was cool too. That one was
because another version because the second one had like Michael Jai Wright.
You know? Yeah, nah. We ain't fucking with that shit. Nah. The first one was legit. I ain't fucking with that Michael Jai Wright shit. I'm good. He need to be more Tyler Perry movies though.
I don't know. Black Dynamite was my shit. I ain't gonna lie. I love Black Dynamite.
No, like there's some Michael. Like don't get me wrong, Michael Jai Wright. Like he played Spawn, wasn't he? Spawn in he did ill in them kung fu movies. He kills it. Like Spawns, he kills it. I wish they would do another Spawn. I would love them for
they were supposed to with Jamie Foxx. They got next. I don't know, but they were supposed to. But see, I didn't like the way that they were describing it. Like they was making it like Jamie Foxx wasn't gonna have no lines. He was just gonna be like this figure.
Nah, man.
And then this is Todd McClane, mind you, who's doing this film, the creator of Spawn. Nah, man. Nah. I need somebody with the Keith Davis. I think that's his name. The Keith Davis voice from the animated cartoon.
Nah, give me an updated HBO. Yeah, give me that. Give me an updated version of a gritty ass Spawn movie. I need that. I want that, just like Blade. I want that shit to be gritty as hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like with all the CGI and crazy effects that you can do in some of these movies, bro. These movies should be insane. Just give me the grittier side, man. We don't need that Disney Marvel shit. Give me the grittier stuff, man. Especially with some of these like superheroes and movies and stuff like that, man. I need the more grittier stuff, like all that Marvel goofy stuff. Like, nah, man. I'm more of a fan of the grittier, dark side of the superhero aspect of the comics and stuff like that, for sure.
I agree. All right, brother. Let's go ahead and do these week 7 picks. I'm tripping. I got week 6. Let's change that. Week 7. Here we go. Now. Damn. All right. Let's pull out the list. Oh, wait. I'm tripping.
I got the list right here.
I'm tripping. The picks are for Wednesday, so let's not do that.
Okay. Sorry, people. He got you hyped up for no reason.
My bad, people. My bad. I'm all over the
place. We gotta let Showtime do the picks too.
Yeah. But I will do this. I'm gonna end it on the UFC stuff. Talk about UFC.
Man. So we got some good matchups, man. This week we have some of the guys had to pull out. So this week, Kamaru Usman stepping in to fight Khamzat Chimaev, or whatever his name is. My apologies if I brutalize your name. But Khamzat, man, he's undefeated. Kamaru Usman coming off that loss. So he's on the co-main event card, and then that fight should be really, really crazy. And then the main event is Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. They had a fight, I think it was earlier this year. That fight was probably one of the fights of the year. So shout out to Dana White, man. Even though like a lot of his original headliners are pulling out, he's able to get in some big time fights, man. And shout out to all 4 of these fighters for taking these fights on short notice, man. Any of these fights can go either way, man. UFC's killing it right now. Dana White was even talking about he wanted to hold the first major sporting event in the Sphere. He's talking about having like a UFC pay-per-view, I think, for Mexican Independence Day sometime next year. So I'm very curious to see how that would look. But yeah, man, shout out to Dana White, man. UFC 294 this Saturday, early in the morning, because I think they're doing it in Abu Dhabi. So it'll be early morning, but man, man, check out these fights, man. If y'all really love UFC.
What's your predictions?
So my prediction, man, I gotta go with my boy Kamaru, man. I've always been a big Kamaru fan. Even though the opponent he's going up against, Kazma, he's very dangerous. I'm gonna go with Kamaru. And then for the main event, I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm gonna go with Volkanovski, man. He came really close to beating Islam. Some people even thought he might have beat him last time. So I think Alexander Volkanovski is gonna pull the upset. Coming off a 14-day notice, man. He's gonna pull up the upset. He's gonna win, man. So those are my predictions, man.
Nice. So remember that. If he's not right, you hit him up.
Shout out to Dana White, man. Shout out to Dana.
For sure. All right, man. Let's do flowers of the week, man.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
What you got?
All right, man. So for flowers, man, I have a couple, man. So I'm gonna go by them quick. My first one is I want to give it to Schoolboy Q. He has a new song with the chicken head sample. I'm not sure if you haven't heard that. That just sounds fucking bananas. It sounds crazy.
Is that the one where they was all in the thing?
Yeah. That shit sounds hard as shit. Schoolboy Q, we need you to drop that album, bro. Music has been kind of weak, even though this past week I have one of my other ones, West Side Gunna. Probably one of my favorite albums to come out. Probably top 3 for me. That West Side Gun album is very, very good. I know it's a little bit different. He has a lot of trap beats on that shit. But you know what I mean? I find it very refreshing to me. I thought West Side Gun was dope. Third, I have Wembanyama. Boy's been killing. I get it, it's preseason. Boy look like a fucking freak out there. Boy, he out there doing KD shit. Boy out there.
He dunked on him. He dunked on him.
Boy, Wemby out there looking scary as hell, boy. So scary hours is coming with Wemby, boy. I guess he's gonna have his ups and downs, man. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but boy, Wemby is going to be a problem. So I'm gonna give my flowers to him early. And then last but not least with my flowers, man, I'm gonna give my flowers to Las Vegas, Nevada. You know why? Because we ranked 10th as far as safest places for a zombie apocalypse, baby. So whenever that shit happens, boy, we might be all right out here. We might be all right. So shout out to Vegas for...
Did they give a reason why?
Yeah, they had... Actually, it's kind of crazy. They had like a whole diagram on like kind of like the rankings for each different category for like as far as like places to hide, weaponry, stuff like that, you know. Some of the stuff we were kind of low ranked in, but overall, we got an overall 10.
Interesting.
Hey, man, that's a good sign for me.
All right, I got one flowers a week. I'm going to give it to Iowa's women basketball team. They did an exhibition game against DePaul in the football stadium and sold out. It sold 55,646 people in the stands.
I think I seen that, man. That was a terrible view, though.
It was a terrible view.
That's a terrible view. Why did they have it in the middle of the field? Why did they put it in the end zone?
They was trying to do something different. It was an exhibition, man. It's an exhibition. But it doubled the record from 29,619 when Connecticut and Oklahoma said it. So shout out to Iowa women. You know what I'm saying? People still showed up, even though the view was bad. People still went out in support and showed their support to Iowa. You know, Caitlin Clark is on the team. She had a triple-double. She looks like she's gearing up for another good year. She'll probably be a first pick overall next year for the WNBA. So
should be exciting women's basketball year this year.
So, yeah, we'll see LSU because now they geared up and they got that one girl from, she was Stanford?
Nah, she was with LSU.
No, I'm saying, but what was the
white girl? She was? Yeah, she was on LSU before.
Oh. So, yeah. Shout out to all y'all. Y'all get y'all friends.
Oh, I heard. Don't forget South Carolina, too.
I
said, don't forget about South Carolina, too.
Oh, yeah. Now, what's your hell knowledge for, man?
So hell nah. First one I got Dylan Dennis, boy. But you are terrible, bro. You did all that shit talking about homie's girl just to look like that, bro. You doing backhand punches and shit. You look fucking pathetic. You can't even put my man in the chokehold. That was terrible. Yeah, so he gets one of them. Desmond Howard, bro. This whole Phoenix energy shit you did on fucking goddamn game day was wild as shit.
What did he
got
do?
the biggest Ayo. So so he was doing, they were talking about the Washington Oregon game, and then there's a clip of him saying Phoenix energy. He's gonna give big Phoenix energy, but it sounds like penis. It was one of the biggest AOs of all I've seen on TV. So Desmond Howard, you get a hell nah because you knew what you was doing when you said that shit. That shit was wild as shit. My third one, Super Bowl in London, is a terrible idea. I don't know why they talking about putting a Super Bowl in London. I'm not a fan of that shit. That's terrible.
Don't ever do that. Do not do that.
And then number 4, and probably my biggest number 1 for Hell No of the Week goes to Mikey Williams. My guy, you are facing 28 years in jail, ruining your basketball career. You're projected to be the number 1 college player going in playing for Memphis. And then the first thing you want to do on your first day of trial is post on your social media a Rilo lyric of say the judge and DA fuck with his head to stay afloat. Bro, what are you doing? What are you go? As May said, you going to jail, bro. Yeah. You going to jail. You tripping. So they get my hell no for the week.
I also want to add flowers to UNLV football team. I see y'all.
5-1.
I see y'all out there.
I gotta go check out a game, bro.
I see y'all. I don't know. Is that Air Force game out here?
No, they play Colorado State out here though.
Might have to do something, but
it's either Colorado State or that San Jose State game.
Because that Air Force game is going to be interesting. That's going to be for the Mountain West, I think. Because Air Force is good.
Shout out to UNLV, man. Y'all doing big things for sure.
All right, now let's go to the hell no's. I got 2. One of them I saw this morning. It was ridiculous on First Take, and I'm gonna kill him in a minute. But I'm gonna get to Mr. Jerry Judy. Listen, him and Steve Smith had their little outing. And look, if you don't mess with Steve Smith, that's fine. Don't you dare, you doing all that dancing behind him and stuff, and you put up 2 catches for 14 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's bad, man. And then you want to try to play it off like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I bet you don't. Because if you had 7 catches for $150 and 2 touchdowns, I bet you'd be talking mess. And you better be lucky that Steve Smith want to say something to you. You should have went over there and said, hey, man, OG, give me some tips. Because that's what you need. In the off season, you ain't gonna work with him.
Nah, yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
That's a Hall of Fame receiver over there, man.
Nah, facts.
And number 1 goes to Dan Orlovsky. Look, bro, I know you dare to be different on First Take, but when they asked you who is the best non-quarterback outside, weapon on the field on offense. What's the name said? Tyreek Hill. The other one, I think, what's your name?
Chris McCaffrey. I remember that. He said Chris McCaffrey. What did he say?
He said Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce. Really, Dan Orlovsky?
I get it. Offensive line, but goddamn.
And look, Jason Kelce probably a Hall of Fame center one day. He'll be in Canton maybe one day. But damn. The center.
That's bad. Yeah.
Come on. Tyreek Hill.
And Chris McCaffrey is crazy.
And Jettas.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase. The list can go on. CMC, Saquon. The list can go on and on. Before I even sniff, Jason Kelce.
Ooh, that's wild. Oh my God. You know who else gets there's another honorable mention on First Take. Whoever did Shannon Sharp's makeup, my God.
He did come out and say it was her first time.
I read it. Yo, shout out to Shorty, man. I get it, it's your first time, but good Lord, you made my man look like he on the Addams Family photo.
Yeah, he was looking mad. He was looking mad Little Richard on there.
My man with the darkest lips and the most goddamn whitest teeth I've
He
ever
looked orange. He looked orange on there. He looked pretty
Crazy.
orange. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
No, that's
But-
it. Well, oh, and you know we forgot.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh,
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on. Oh my God.
We forgot to do our offensive and defensive players of the week.
oh, we did, didn't we? My offensive player is Tyreek Hill.
My offense is Kyron Williams, 158.
He balled out. Shout out to
TV.
Kyron Williams. He got
What
me some
about
points on my
defense?
fantasy. Defense. Hold on.
I gave mine to the whole Jet defense. That was
Yeah.
a really good
Yeah.
effort. Really good.
Yeah,
effort.
I'm gonna give it to the Jets too. I'm gonna give it to the Jets too.
Browns too. Browns did
They
a good
deserve
job
it.
too.
Browns is up there too.
Mhm.
Browns is up there too. Yeah. All right, brother. Another one in the books.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you're a first time listener, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and make sure you hit that like button too. If it's your first time listening, you know what I'm saying, you hit the subscribe button. When our episodes drop on Wednesdays and Saturdays, you'll get the notification that we got it and you go watch it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever streaming service you use, if you rather listen to us on audio than YouTube, you driving in your car, you're working out, whatever. You can listen to us on Apple, on Spotify, on Google, on Amazon, whatever you listen to your podcast on. Chris Alamo is on there.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, whatever you use, Twitch, whatever you use, follow us at Cristal Mall. I think Instagram is Cristal Mall Podcast. Follow us, we'll follow you back. Give us some, feedback, critiques. Hit us up, man. If you just want to have a regular conversation with us, hit us up, man. You know what I'm saying? And whatever topics you want us to bring up. Y'all got a cool topic y'all want us to bring up, you know what I'm saying? If there's flowers you want us to give out that we're not seeing, or hell no, hit us up.
Put them in the comments. Give your own flowers and hell nods of the week, man.
And we'll shout you out.
Yep.
Shout out to such and such, her hell no, or his hell no, boom, or his flowers, bow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we do it. We want to interact with the fans. We want this to be the people show. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So go ahead and follow us, man. Hit us up. Sponsors too. Hit us up, man. We need y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, man. Until next time, we're gone.
Yeah.